Hello and welcome to Heaven's Mopars. I have a dash dilemma today. And hey Rusty, he's my co-pilot. He was sitting there. Tried to get a picture of him in there, but he moved. Today is June. It is not June. July 25th. And I am trying to get 500 subscribers for the No Name Nationals. It's in September. And you guys go support Buzz over at roadkillcustoms.com. He's been doing an awesome job helping us try to get our 500 subscribers. So I just want to support him and say, go check him out, man. He's a great guy. What I got going on is my dash frame that I'm trying to custom fit around the roll bar is about 5 inches from reaching its goal. I'm taking it one bit at a time, trying to cut around here, trying to see if it'll fit. My first thought was just to cut these, I'm going to call them an end cap, off all the way through, put the middle piece in, but I thought, well, I'll try it. Sure enough, it's not gonna fit, and I thought about just cutting this and squeezing that around there and pivoting on the bottom, but then I forgot all about this guy here, and that's gonna create an issue. I'd seriously doubt, I only have about 1/4 of an inch underneath here, that I'm going to get that in there and rotate it up. It's not gonna happen. So what I was thinking is maybe cutting on maybe up here or something and folding this up, and instead of mounting it on these screws on the bottom, that maybe I could mount them on the side of that plate there and put a bolt through the sides to still give it some support. That's a thought I have, but we'll see. That's probably the route I may take, but I'm doing one step at a time so I don't just go 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I goofed up, So I'd rather inch my way toward the goal instead of lunging at it and goofing things up. So I'm almost there. I've only got maybe 3 hours into this so far, so it's not too bad. But I'd rather do it right than goof something up and have my cuts totally jacked up, so then I have to fix it all later. So next I'm going to, what I did was I drew a line from, the edge of the roll bar down, and it's about there at that angle, and then same thing down here, drew a line there, and then those are going to be my cut marks, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these off. I did the same thing on the other end down there. Let's see what this thing does. I'm nervous as anything. Especially going live, so to speak. This is raw footage, no editing. Well, I'm editing, but it is what it is. I'll stop and splice sections, but okay, well, the first question, will this fit in between and go up front? It'll fit in between. Things are looking good so far as lined up and whatever. But the next question, it won't go forward because of this. So I still need to get there somehow. So I'm going to have to cut that off because that is stopping everything. And I was right, there's no way to get that in there. So my next step is to cut. I'll probably do here and here. That'll give me enough meat on the bone and leave those holes there so I can peel them up and hopefully stick them to the sides of that right there. And then that way I don't have to worry about everything, and I'll still be able to clear the bar, which is a little more of a concern than just a steering wheel thing. Okay, let's see what these do. Something that's funny is I've always wanted to do fabrication work. Well, I guess you can say I'm doing that now. Sharp edges. Woohoo, be careful. I'll do this side because I'm over here. And this could be interesting. This has to go all the way around all that stuff, but it ain't gonna happen. Come on, I gotta take that hook off. Kind of like a big puzzle. Yeah, these gotta go. Time for these hooks to move because they're not helping me at all right now. Well, it's fitting, kind of. Now I need to cut inside of here. Cut that off. And then I should take these wiring harness hooks off, both of those. And I'll probably have to do the same. Well, this has one down here, but I need to take this section off. And let me test fit this one real quick. Open the door more. I'm curious how other people have done this. That one ain't gonna fit at all because of all this mumbo jumbo stuff that I drew a line on there thinking I may cut that. I was gonna leave it all one piece, but I thought, well, if it has to go anyway, I don't know. Okay, let me stop it so I can think for a little bit and go. Okay, with this, I couldn't bend it by hand. So what I did was I took it to the vise, took a hammer to it, and turned it. Let's see how close we are. Okay, it's clearing, finally. So now, stick it kind of where it's supposed to be. Wow. And let's look at our holes up here. So now I might have to go get some screws to hold that. Bend that back down. It got kind of bent on the end. But hey, I made it. Okay, but you know, it looks like it's gonna fit the bar just right under the dash. So thank goodness everything will clear, because I didn't want to have to deal with all that. Okay, now to fit the end pieces. Well, this is what the side looks like. So it's just barely gonna miss that. Ish. Put it back where it belongs. Should miss it. Hope my dash pad clears it too. Well, that would be nice if it did. That would be awesome if it did. I gotta get some bolts to hold that in. Okay. If you don't have fancy tools like me, I have some but not many, but I didn't have anything that would cut this curve that I needed right there. This is for the bottom of the dash on the passenger side where that roll bar came down like this. But what I did was I just peeled this forward, then I took the cutoff wheel and cut it. Then I just made a whole bunch of little relief cuts up to the line, and then you just take a pair of pliers and just wiggle them off, and it'll get you close. And then you can take a grinder or something and just shave those off, or a grinding wheel or whatever. Right, Rusty? He's got a squirrel, a little dead squirrel. No, it's a little fur toy. But yeah, every once in a while you'll see them in the yard and they kind of freak you out, but okay, so what I did next for these end caps was very tricky. I got this metal lip here that sticks out and it hits against the roll bar right there. That's as far as I can get it in there to try to fit it in between here, shoving it back. So what I had to do was open my door as far as I could get it, and then I used a straight edge, also known as my pencil, and I shoved this in the door jamb and tried to line up looking down the dash this way. And what I did was I waited, I lined these up until these were straight, then I followed this all the way back, and once my pencil hit this edge, what it did was and then I just transferred the mark over here and marked it, and then I did the same thing from the top down, and I came back the other way until it hit, and then I marked it there. So now I have two marks, one here and one here. And then instead of cutting this out, because I have no idea where that roll bar, the angle going this way, hits, and I don't want to leave a big ugly hole to fill, so I'm just going to cut two relief marks in here and peel this area back, or forward, maybe backwards if I can. I may have to cut 3 or 4 because it's curved. And then that should allow me, once I peel this area back, then I can finagle this around and through, and then once it hits this area here, I can get it in the roll bar, pull it this way and then down. That should get me in the ballpark. So, and also I didn't want to cut, you know, like what I just said, because then you got big holes to fill and then it just looks goofy. So what I'm gonna do, well, I need to get more light in here, I'm sorry. I can see fine, but it don't show up on the camera. This is my cut looking straight back this way. It's right up against the edge here and right up against the edge there. So that's good. And then when this piece goes in, then that piece that is here will go right back into the spot that where I cut it out from. I chose to blow it out at the hole here because that's a good stopping point so it don't turn into a sliver, so to speak. And I don't want to bend all this out of the way because that goes back. All of this will clear once it goes past, so I don't even want to change all that. So that's why I'm going this route. So much.